Alright, we're on Unit 1, Lesson 7 in Illustrative Math for Geometry, and in this lesson you will be able to construct a square inscribed in a circle, and also construct a square just using a given segment for one of its sides. So head on over to the website and you can watch the video and interact with the website at the same time. Okay, here we are in Lesson 7. This is another construction technique. This is construction technique number 5, and like I said, we're talking about squares. And just like the other lessons we've looked at, this first question is just asking you to look and answer mentally. And I would encourage you, don't skip these questions because they're great questions to get you ready for this lesson and future lessons. So the question is, which of these figures doesn't belong? There's 4 figures. And you might answer the first one, and someone else in the class might answer the second one, and you both would be right because they could be the same. They could be a right answer for different reasons. For example, this first figure is a square that's shaded green, and this one doesn't belong because it's shaded green and all the rest of them are not. So maybe come up with 2 or 3 answers for this question and then move on. The second question, it's cool to be square, asks you to use a straight edge and compass to construct a square with this segment as one of its sides. So I'm going to show you the steps, and then you should either pause the video and go do it yourself, or you can pause it step by step and switch back and forth. So segment AB is a line segment. First thing I'm going to do is take this line tool and make AB a line, so I have more room to work with on this line segment. Now, a square has 4 equal sides, and all 4 of the angles are right angles. So side AB has to be perpendicular to the other side that goes up and down through point A. So the first thing I have to do is draw a perpendicular line that's the same length as AB. And here's how you do that. You've learned in previous lessons how to draw a perpendicular, so you start by drawing a circle around point A. And the purpose for this circle is to find 2 points on this line that are the same distance from A. So I'm going to take my intersection tool, select the circle and the line. Here are my 2 points. And now I'm going to take my circle tool and draw a circle at point E that goes past A like this. I'm going to actually move my point down here so it's out of the way. Okay, now I'm going to take my other tool that draws circles that measures the radius. Measure the radius from E to F. Put that circle over here at D. And you can see the intersection points of these 2 circles, this one and this one, are at H and G, and that's where you can draw the line straight up through H and G. And now you know this line that you just drew is perpendicular to this line that passes through AB. Now I have to figure out how to get from A up to a point along this line that's the same length as AB, and I can do that with a circle. So we'll click the circle tool, click on A and B, and put that circle right here at A. And there's my point. That's the same length as AB, so I'm going to use the intersection tool again, click the circle, click the line. Alright, I have this segment AJ and AB that are the same length, and they're perpendicular. Now I can do the same thing over here at B that I just did at A, repeat all the steps to get a perpendicular line through here, and that will give me a square. So here I go. Draw a circle, centered at B, doesn't have to be big. Figure out where the 2 intersect, this circle and this line, M and L. Now I'm going to draw a circle from here that goes past B, like that. I'm going to redraw the same circle by selecting this tool with the radius and going from this point to this point, and then putting this over here, centered at M. Figure out where those two circles intersect, this one and this one, and then draw a line through O and P. And then I have to figure out how to draw that segment the same length as AB, so I take the circle tool, click on B and on A, and put that circle right here at B. Take the intersection tool, click the circle, click the line, and there's my fourth point on the circle. Excuse me, on the square. So now I'm going to take the Polygon tool, that's this triangle, and I'm going to outline the square that I have from J to R to B to A. Remember, you have to finish it, because if you just move your mouse around, it's going to make this weird shape back to the starting point. And that's a square that has the same length on all four sides as AB. Okay, the next question gives you a set of directions. So all you have to do is follow the directions precisely and then answer the questions. So here we go. This is square ABCD. ABCD. It has a diagonal drawn from B to D. The first set of directions says construct a circle centered at A with a radius of AD. So constructing a circle with a given radius is this tool. That's the compass tool with a radius. It's going to be centered at A with a radius of AD. So you click over to D, makes the circle, center it at A. Click. Construct a circle centered at C with a radius of CD is the next direction. So you click on this, start at C, go up to D, put that circle at C. Now, you're noticing, I hope, a pattern of the same type of picture where two circles intersect and you draw the line through those intersection points. The third part of number 1 says draw the diagonal AC. So I'm going to select my segment tool and draw from A to C. Now what do you notice about these two segments? What do they look like they are? What's the conjecture? That's the last part of that. Write a conjecture about the relationship between BD and AC. The last part says to label point E as the center of the circle. So I'm going to select my intersection tools and intersect this line segment and this line segment, and there's my point E. And now I can draw a circle centered at E with a radius of EB. So I'm going to select this one again, click on E, click on B, and put that right in the center at E. And what you've done is taken this square and you've drawn a circle around the square. Alright, let's move to the last question. Now remember, I'm just going through the construction parts of this. When you do the lesson, you should actually read through each of the questions thoroughly and make sure you understand what they're asking. So the last construction says use your conjecture and finish this diagram by constructing a square inscribed in the circle. That means you're going to try to draw a square inside of here. Like that. Now, I just did that freehand. You can tell it's not a square. That's not a construction. That's just a freehand. So what you want to do is use what you know from this picture. And what you were supposed to figure out is that the two diagonals of a square are perpendicular bisectors, and that center point where the two cross is the radius of a circle that goes around the square. So if I start with the circle, I should be able to draw a square inside of here by first finding two lines that intersect each other perpendicularly. So all I'm going to do is take my line tool, start at the center, and then put a point somewhere on the circle. Doesn't matter where. So here's a line, and if I intersect the circle with the line, I have 2 points on the circle. This point in the middle is the center or the midpoint of this segment because they're both radius. And now I can draw a perpendicular bisector of this line, and that will give me the other 2 points of my four-sided square. So I'm going to take my circle tool, I'm going to start in the center, I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to use the 2 points that this circle creates with this line, like I've done before, by drawing a circle here, taking that same radius of that circle, putting it over here. Notice these two circles create 2 intersection points that are going to create my perpendicular bisector. So I click on that intersection tool and select this circle and this circle, and there's my 2 points. Now I'm going to connect J and K. The line JK intersects DE and forms a right angle that's perpendicular. So figure out where this line intersects this circle, and now I have the 4 points of my square. It goes from M to E to L to D, and then back to M to finish it up. And that's a square that is inscribed in a circle. Okay, read through the summary, check out the glossary, make sure you understand what inscribed means, and then you're done for this lesson.